There are few gaming achievements more coveted than holding a world record in your favourite video game. Your name etched into the leaderboards, immortalized in the annals of gaming history. But it's not just about speed, it's about mastery, sacrifice, and sometimes, obsession. In January 2025, I set out to achieve something few had even attempted. To become the fastest player in the world on one of Mario Kart Wii's longest tracks, using one of its most luck-based glitches. This is the story of a 476-hour marathon. Yes! 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 This is my journey to a world record. My journey didn't start with a 476-hour stream in January 2025. It started more than a decade earlier, with an experience I'm sure many of you can relate to. The year was 2008. My sister had just unwrapped a brand new Nintendo Wii for Christmas. It came bundled with the must-have bestseller, Mario Kart Wii. Before long, the whole family was racing through every track, laughing, yelling, and battling for first place. A few years later, in the summer of 2012, between finishing primary school and needing something to fill those long summer days, I started playing this gem of a game more seriously. It wasn't just a casual distraction anymore, it became my go-to hobby. Hour after hour, I raced, practiced, and slowly got better. I began studying the tracks, hunting for shortcuts and hidden routes, anything to gain an edge. That drive led me online, where I not only found the Mario Kart Wii Twitch directory, and found friends who I still talk to this day, but also stumbled across a YouTube video that would change everything. After learning a few simple tricks, my interest exploded. I dove into time trials, pushing my limits. What started as a way to beat my family became something bigger. I soon completed every license on our family's game disc, multiple times over. I discovered the rich online world Mario Kart Wii had to offer, and a new obsession was born. YouTube videos and Twitch streams led me to buy a capture card. I started recording and streaming my own gameplay to no one. Just a 240p stream with the occasional curious viewer dropping in. I'd burn out, take breaks, and return, over and over again. Years passed, my hobby shifted, life happened, but my love for this game never faded. It only grew. Until more recently, in mid-2024, after a few major life changes, I sat down and made a list of goals. And with Mario Kart Wii spanning more than a decade of my life, it naturally made that list. There were target times to hit, of course, glitches to land, runs to complete. But at the very top of that list sat 4 black and white words which had been haunting me for years. There are 55 unique course leaderboards in vanilla Mario Kart Wii. 32 original tracks, 21 shortcut categories, and 2 official alternate categories. But the truth behind how I chose my category is actually a lot simpler, and a little more random. One dull summer day back in 2020, I was streaming, hopping from track to track, just killing time and avoiding real world responsibilities. That's when a viewer, Sir Lawrence NZ, dropped a message in chat that would unknowingly set everything in motion. You should play N64 Bowser's Castle with Spear. Now let's pause. At a high level, N64 Bowser's Castle, or RBC, is typically played on Funky Kong on the Flame Runner. The track even has a famous tool-assisted speedrun made in 2018 by ZD Locks. Its goal? To settle the debate between the top 2 competitive combos on the track, Daisy on MacBike and Funky on the Flame Runner. The result? A dead tie, frame for frame. No winner, just balance. But here's the twist. Neither of those 2 vehicles are the Spear. That's because while the Spear has the highest straight line speed in the game, its awful handling makes it borderline unplayable on the tight, technical tracks like RBC. So why would anyone use it? Turns out, Lawrence played the category himself. He found it fun, and that's really all there was to it. And honestly, that's the beauty of this game, of gaming in general. We pass on our love for a game, our excitement for a category, and that fun, that spark, it spreads. So, with nothing better to do back in 2020, I gave it a shot. And well, it probably won't surprise you to hear that I enjoyed it. I had a goal, to beat the Spear best known time, held by Japanese player Axel. I wasn't the cleaner driver, He had tighter lines, better consistency, but I had one advantage. This is the final turn of the track. It has a shortcut, not a hard one by normal standards, just a shroomless rail cut that saves around half a second per lap. The catch? It's tight. So tight that pulling it off with spear consistently was thought to be task only. So humanly difficult it wasn't worth going for in full runs. That was until I messed around and did this. With this time save each lap over Axel, my runs kept getting better and faster. Until one day, I did it. I became the fastest player in the world to play RBC with the spear. And then, I took a break. Not just from the track, but from the game as well. And while I was gone...
Since 2019, ultra shortcuts in Mario Kart Wii have been discovered at a rate never before seen. Many of them are only theoretically possible, using inputs so precise they can't normally be done, but they break the game in ways unimaginable to most. This is the story of the ultra shortcut revolution.
These notorious shortcuts allow the player to push the boundaries of the game to their absolute breaking point, bypassing entire sections of tracks using borderline absurd tricks. The glitch on N64 Bowser's Castle specifically was discovered back in 2020. It involved a trick called rapid fire hop abuse to launch over a wall, clip a metal pole and land in lava, triggering a usually unreachable respawn. But there was a problem. The inputs required for rapid fire hopping are literally every other frame. That's 30 perfectly timed inputs per second, humanly impossible. Then, in November 2020, a tasser named CF revisited the track and found a new, viable method, one which time trialers still use today. Here's how it works. By falling off the edge of the wall and tapping wheelie at just the right moment, your bike enters a barrel roll animation. If you then boost with a mushroom at the perfect angle, you get just enough airtime to launch over the wall. This technique became known as a curb hop. It's one of the hardest tricks in the game, but with practice, it's learnable. What is not learnable is what happens next, because clipping the pole after a curb hop is pure chance. It's based on something called quantized movement, or QM. I'll let my world record rival 117 James explain exactly what that means.
Alright, so you have your RBC pole, right? And what do we know about a high clip? In order to get a high clip, you have to hit the corner of an object, and our square is gonna get a high clip on RBC, right? So here comes our square, and it nicks the edge. Bam, a high clip. And then it flies off into the distance. You just made the glitch. Problem is, though, Mario Kart Wii runs in 60 frames per second. So, in reality, the square isn't going a smooth path across the plane, right? It's actually jumping across to specific positions over time. That means that depending on your positioning, you can, maybe it looks like you're hitting a bunch of the pole, when in reality, the game doesn't detect you as hitting a bunch of the pole, so you still get a clip. But there's a high chance that you don't actually hit the edge of the pole at all. And that's what we call QM. That's why it's about a 1 in 25 chance to get a high clip with this pole.
There is a reason why this glitch is widely considered to be the hardest 3-lap category in the game. The inputs, precise. The alignment, pixel perfect. The success, completely out of your control. You can do everything right and still just get unlucky. As soon as I learned about this notorious glitch, the seed was planted. I already knew how to navigate the tight turns of the track with the only vehicle capable of pulling it off. All I needed was to clip that pole. The notability of it being labelled the hardest glitch in Mario Kart Wii only fueled my fire, but the reality was, I hadn't even hit many of the much easier glitches in the game, so how was I supposed to conquer the hardest one of all? Well, every mountain climb starts with a single step, so on June 9th, 2024, I gave it a shot. I didn't know the setup, I didn't know the inputs, I was completely winging it, and somehow, by pure luck, I got close. but without a real understanding of the trick, I couldn't replicate it. My interest dropped off, and like many players before me, I moved on to other projects. Still, the itch never really left. Then, in autumn of 2024, I saw a run by 117 James, and the fire reignited. Watching his gameplay, I realised something. My no-glitch driving was good enough. If I could hit the glitch even once, I could have a world record. So I began to grind. Starting in mid-November, I streamed a few hours each day, trying to land a glitch, just once. For weeks I kept at it. I cleared the wall sometimes, even got a pole hit every now and then, but I couldn't do it consistently. I wish I could say the countless hours of attempts sharpened my skills, but in all that time, I never landed the glitch, not even once. The days of streaming soon turned into weeks, and after a month of daily streams and no real progress, I took a break. It was over Christmas, and I asked myself what needed to change. One thing you should know about me is that I don't quit, not when I truly care about something. In 2018, when my school banned backpacks, I brought my books in a microwave and got suspended for it. In 2021, when the NHS struck shady deals with profit-driven care companies, I led protests to change something. And in 2025, when I set my sights on the world record for N64 Bowser's Castle glitch, I hit go live, and I didn't stop until I did just that.
Man is so made that when anything fires his soul, impossibilities vanish.
So there I sat, ready to embark on a journey that would test everything I had. My soul was ablaze with hopes and aspirations of achieving the improbable. The first goal was simple in theory, get a glitch. But this wasn't just any glitch, it was something so elusive, even the best had struggled for months to land it. I myself had been trying for nearly 2 months at this point, but all I needed now was some luck. Hour 1 came and went, attempt after attempt, reset after reset. Hour 2, still no luck. That's when my goal shifted from getting a glitch to getting just one pole hit, which is why I was so happy when this happened. A pole hit, baby! A pole hit, baby! A pole hit, baby! Woo! It was progress, but 6 hours later, I had only a handful more pole hits to my name. There was some missing piece of the puzzle that wasn't quite fitting into place. But lucky for me, there was some hope. My greatest adversary, the person I'd be dethroning if I succeeded in this challenge, 117 James, had agreed to hop on a call and offer some advice for my attempts. This is something I will be forever grateful for. It's why I love Mario Kart Wii and high-level time trials, because despite my stream title saying I would not stop until I dethroned him from that #1 spot, James didn't just leave me to struggle. He showed up, helped me and guided me through my mistakes. He was there pretty much every day, alongside so many others who helped me along the way. But I need to say it plainly, James, you're a big part of why I made it through this ridiculous undertaking, so thank you. What James said to me 8 hours into my stream was a simple piece of advice: to delay my 4th wheelie. And with that piece of advice came a whole new level of confidence. Oh, okay, curb hop.
There we go.
Let's go. Pole hit.
Bang.
Dude.
Oh,
another pole hit. No matter how tired my brain is, right? Dude, another pole hit! 2 in a row!
Back. Oh yeah.
I felt like I was moving in the right direction now. I wasn't consistent, not yet, but the method was clear, and with it, hope started to reignite. My time with James soon drew to a close, but while he left, his words remained imprinted with me. And sure enough, just a few short hours later, thanks in equal parts to James's advice and my own persistence, my luck began to change. Boo. Wait! No, I didn't lean back far. I didn't lean back fast enough. I hit my first high clip on stream. It wasn't clean, it wasn't fast, but it showed my potential. It showed this pipe dream of getting a glitch on stream wasn't going to remain a dream forever. And speaking of dreams,
Okay. See you later, everybody.
Oh yeah, did I forget to mention, when I said I wouldn't stop streaming until I got world record, I meant it. Gaming, eating, working out, and of course, sleeping, all on stream. The sunlight rose on the second day of stream, and I knew my mission. I needed to build up my consistency. And lucky for me, I didn't have a choice but to keep sitting in front of that screen and doing just that.
Let's go!
Oh, can we not? I had a choice to make. Wallow in the failure or keep pushing forward. And it's a good thing I kept going, because 35 hours into the stream, this happened. I actually don't know what my order count is. That's bad. Please, please. That makes it, that makes it, that makes it. Yes! I forgot to press forward. Holy sh**. I'm in disbelief. Holy No! Okay, okay, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We're chilling, we're chilling, we're chilling. We've made the glitch. Holy Yes! Yes! Oh! Oh!
There we go.
I'd done it. I'd actually done it. I was the 9th person in the world to pull this glitch off. After months of grinding, I just landed the hardest 3-lap viable glitch in the game. But even after streaming for over 35 hours straight, I wasn't done yet. In fact, the marathon was just getting started. My first glitch run had its share of mistakes. The nerves got the best of me, and despite my best efforts, all I could manage was 6th worldwide, with a time of 221.063. Many would, and have been, happy to simply get this glitch, to make it, drive the remaining laps and call it a day. But as I've learned, there's no glory in being ordinary. After a well-deserved night of partying, which I then slept off, I got right back into the grind. And it was brutal. Hours passed. Day 3 came and went, and despite me getting 91 pull hits, and even a high clip, luck just wasn't on my side. Then came day 4. Dawn broke once more, and despite my failures of the previous day, spirits were high. I was going to get another run, and nothing could stop me. I ended up playing for 14 hours that day, and my efforts finally paid off. Early in the day, I hit a high clip again, and just 4 pole hits later, I hit another.
Oh my god.
They weren't glitches, but with each high clip came the opportunity for a glitch. Sure enough, within the same hour, I got the glitch for the second time.
You got this. Oh my god. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's
This
it.
second glitch was faster. I knew a personal best was mine if I could just hold it together.
It's okay.
It was
okay.
an unfortunate way for the run to fail, but I wasn't
okay.
giving up. With each fail, I was learning to keep my nerves in check, pushing forward, knowing another shot was just around the corner. After 93 more pole hits, I had another chance. This was it. I could feel it. The fail from earlier still fresh in my mind. I made it past my prior point of failure. All I needed for a new best time was to drive 2 clean laps. This fail was so hard to take. It wasn't world record pace by any means, but it would have been a sizable PB. Something big was on the horizon, so on day 5 of the marathon, I locked in to make this happen.
Come on. That makes it. That fucking makes it. Here we go, chat. I hate myself!
There is no worse way to fail a run than on the very last turn, but I wasn't about to let one missed hop input ruin my day. I dug my heels deeper into the grind and sure enough, less than half an hour later, I had another chance.
No shot.
Bittersweet. I had just PB'd by nearly 2 full seconds and secured 4th worldwide on the hardest track in the game, but once again, nerves got the best of me at the final possible moment. Slowly, I began to realise just how massive this task ahead of me really was. I thought that another high clip, another PB, was just around the corner. After all, I just needed to repeat what I'd done and not fail on the last turn. But the failures started stacking up. By day 6, the tension was rising. I was hitting fail after heartbreaking fail, clipping that pole high into the air again and again. But it was hour 133 of the marathon grind where cracks started to show.
No!
Actually scammed.
This was my final attempt of the day.
Oh my god. This makes it. Come on. That I just failed it. I failed it after.
Exhaustion, frustration, mental burnout.
No.
I had 7 high clips in a single day, yet nothing paid off. I knew I had it in me, but it seemed like proving that would have to wait, because on day 7, I'd committed to doing a 100% speedrun, which took up most of the day. Still, I managed to get 2 high clips, one of which was probably the closest fail attempt I'd ever have during the marathon.
No! How did I not make it?
I woke up on day 8 with a fire in my stomach. A drive I was eager to put to good use, and boy did I put it to good use. This was the final attempt of the day. So I've mentioned before how this rail cut saves time over going around the long way, but for glitch laps it doesn't save nearly as much time and it's way more difficult to pull off. But of course on slower runs there was no harm in trying it. So yeah, this run...
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
It failed at the stairs on lap 2. Oh yeah, these stairs. Just before the sharpest turn on the course, these stairs have this knack of sending you flying off in ways that make it impossible to recover. As if this category needed any more difficulty. Even with that fail, I'd had an incredible day. 5 glitches made in a single day. But despite all that, I still couldn't hit my personal best, even after 11 hours of attempt. I was tired, but my spirits were just as high as when I'd woken up that morning. The next day, day 9, I hit as many high clips as before, but my luck reversed. Instead of 5 glitches, I only managed 1. And well...
Run's not dead. Run's dead, run's dead, run's dead.
The stairs strike again. Day 10 started like any other. I woke to sunlight, greeted the chat, showered, had breakfast, and then dove right back into the attempts.
Oh, who's ready?
My first pole hit of the day, a high clip.
Okay, I was not expecting that.
I took that as a good omen, something that the universe was trying to tell me. And sure enough, just half an hour later, something incredible happened.
Oh my god. I'm insane today. This could be it, this could be it, this could be it.
Go.
Huge. Fuck, gotta move.
Slap.
Fuck, I messed up, maybe. No.
I'd improved my time by over a second, hitting a 2:18.061, claiming 3rd worldwide and the European record. This was monumental, but of course, it wouldn't be a run of mine without a flaw. I hit the thwomp on lap 2. I just needed to hold my nerve after a fast glitch, but with each fail, it became more apparent just how difficult that task actually was. But the good news is, I was failing. I was getting over that wall, clipping the pole, and actually making progress on one of the most infamous categories in Mario Kart Wii. Until I wasn't. You remember how this glitch relies on luck, right? Well, every time I hit the pole like this, that luck comes into play. There's about a 1 in 25 chance that the pole hit will be a high clip, and then about a 1 in 3 chance of that high clip being good enough for the glitch. That 1 in 25 stat became crucial. Since the start of the grind, I've been recording every pole hit and how many were high clips and then glitches. This gave me an understanding of just how good or bad my luck was at any point, and trust me, that was a roller coaster. I'd certainly had my lucky and unlucky moments during the first 9 days of the stream, but nothing could have prepared me for what was coming next.
Oh, come on, bro. Oh, the pole, man.
had hit 213 poles in a row with no high clip. Nothing. The drought had me questioning everything. It wasn't just frustrating, it felt absolutely absurd.
You know when you just like bonk, but you don't go bonk ding. You just go bonk, bonk into the lava.
I'd reached my breaking point, but somehow I came out the other side.
I got a high clip. I don't care. It doesn't make it. I got a high clip. Yes! Yes!
What's more is that the very next pole hit went like this.
Wait. I don't think that makes it, bro. What the? What the?
This glitch had a funny way of toying with me, and I think my good friend Dattel summed it up better than I ever could.
A drought sucks in many ways, right? Traditionally it's a lack of water for a long time, unexpectedly so. You know what droughts attract? They attract new growth from new species, completely new species, different species that haven't previously inhabited the region. Species that are adapted to the drought.
The truth of the matter is that this drought had been so mentally taxing, but I wasn't closer to achieving my goal of world record than I had been 2 days before. Still, I'd broken the curse of no high clips, but to truly feel like I hadn't lost my edge, I needed to land a glitch. That would tell me it was just bad luck, not something worse. So I pushed through the night, and sure enough, 251 hours into the longest continuous grind this game has ever seen, I made it again.
That makes it.
Let's go.
The glitch was slow, but I could still hit a PB. I think the pressure of knowing this was my first chance of success in nearly 2 full days added too much weight to an already tired mind. My practice was lacking too. Fewer runs had made it past the start line. It was a failed run, yes, but it was a marker for something greater. My return to form. This was the breakthrough. Day 12 began like any other, warming up on the track and putting the events of the prior day behind me. After just 9 pole hits, I got my first high clip of the day. Dattel's words echoed in my head. I feared it was a fluke, but those fears were quickly put to rest. In just 10 more pole hits, I hit another, and within an hour and a half, I got my first glitch of the day. But before we go any further, let me run you through the rest of the day. After that first glitch, it was 8 pole hits before another high clip, then 9, then 6. My luck had turned, and I wasn't complaining. On day 12, I hit 7 high clips in just 60 pole hits. That's an average of 1 every 8.5 pole hits. A staggering figure far below the expected 1 in 25. 2 of those high clips got enough height to actually make the glitch, so let's focus on the first one again.
Yes! Yes!
I'd improved my PB, a 217.8, just a 200 millisecond cut from my previous time, but more importantly, it was a metaphorical leap on the leaderboard. It had taken 265 hours to be second best. And now the question on my mind, and everyone else's, was, how long would it take to go just one step further? But the gap to number 1 was still daunting, over a second away, and I knew I had my work cut out for me. Still, driven by this newfound luck, I went to work. Later that very same day, I hit another glitch.
Oh my god. I don't think that makes it. That might make it. Yes! I barely not a 216.
I'd improved again, a 217.075 this time. I was in disbelief. I was now within a second of the world record, and I had PB'd twice in one day, cutting a full second off of my own time. It was surreal. I had started this grind less than 2 weeks ago, and now I was staring down the world record. The reality began to set in. This was about pushing my limits further, about nobody else but me and that world record. As I closed the door on day 12, I was blissfully unaware that the best day I would have on stream, the elation I was feeling after setting 2 personal bests in one day, after knocking a full second off my time and being within arm's reach of the world record, might just turn out to be my undoing.
And right down here, it's me now. I just don't know what to do.
Day 13 saw 3 glitches. The first failed in a rather unspectacular way, by missing the second respawn.
That, yeah. Wow! Wow!
The second, well,
Yes!
see for
yes,
yourself.
Yes! Oh my... Yes! Did I just it again? There's no... Ah! 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 Ah!
But it was okay, because just 20 minutes later, I got this. The lap was unfortunately too slow for me to even PB with, but I missed a mini turbo regardless. I knew something had to change if I wanted to reach my goal. I knew I needed to have faster lap ones. And so, with the break of a new day, my strategy shifted. I was going to be YOLOing the turnaround a lot more than I had been. Taking minimal time to align and hoping that muscle memory would be enough for me to clip that pole. The first fail of day 14 came 315 hours into the stream, a 29.9 lap 1. It was barely good enough to get the world record, but I needed flawless driving through the rest of the run. With Swamp Lap 2 decided this run was not meant to be. Just an hour later I had another attempt. It clipped fast. This is exactly the type of glitch I was trying to achieve, and exactly what I needed if I was going to have any chance of getting the world record. Whether it was nerves or some other feeling at play, it was an unfortunate way for such a run to die. But I knew that if I could go this fast once, then I could replicate it again. And that's exactly what I did. Just 1 more hour later, I was back in an identical position. A glitch just as fast, if not faster, than the one I let slip away just an hour prior. I didn't want to repeat my own mistakes. In avoiding the wall, it seemed the wheelie cancelled instead of tricking, which lost some time. But despite this, the lap finished and I got a 29.6, a time worthy of being in a record, and so I did my best to hold together a run. With such a fast start, I was nervous though, and this thwomp, which I was beginning to hate, stopped me in my tracks once more. I can't blame the thwomp entirely, as any reasonable person would have and should have hopped around it, but I really didn't know the cycles at this point. I knew that if I got another fast glitch and didn't fail that final trick, going under that thwomp was almost an inevitability. After this though, I hit another dry spell. Maybe it was the game's random nature, or maybe I was starting to crack mentally, because at 1 AM on the eve of day 15, I broke.
Give me 5 minutes.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Give me 5 minutes. I want to talk a little bit about what I'm doing. I hope that's okay. My mindset has been to get a record. At the beginning, I've achieved getting the glitch. Right. After a couple of days, I achieved getting the European record. PB'd, second worldwide. I PB'd again. I got the 217. Throughout the entire 2 weeks that I've been alive. Up, right? But right now, this is tough. And here's the thing. I know, right? I know that eventually, here is WR. I just don't know whether WR is here or whether WR is here on that time. It could go further down and then WR, I'm fine. If WR ends up being here, I don't want to know if this is me now. I don't want to know what the is down here. I just don't. I don't want to step away for a few days. I don't. I can feel how close I am. It's. I just don't know what to do.
So I slept on it. And ultimately, in the morning, I landed on this. I'd come too far to give up now. I needed to take proper breaks away from stream in order to actually breathe fresh air and keep up with life stuff. But I knew there was one way I was going to get this record, and that was by throwing myself at this pole as if each and every time could be the one. So that's exactly what I did. I woke up on day 15 and started the final push. The grind on day 15 was grueling. I felt like I was barely holding together my sanity, but I knew it wasn't over yet. I was getting closer and closer with every pole hit, and that knowledge fueled me. Day 16 arrived and my mind was starting to blur. The pace of the grind was starting to feel unrelenting, but I had my sights set on one thing, that pole. One successful clip could change everything. Day 17 came and passed without much progress, and I started to worry. Every failed attempt felt like a setback, and with every hour that passed, I became more convinced that I was on the edge of a mental barrier. It wasn't just about hitting a pole anymore, it was about believing I could do it. By day 19, the situation was dire. I don't know what it was, but I had a glimmer of hope. A ray of sunshine through the deep blue sky of Bowser's tormenting castle. Despite my exhaustion, I hit 9 high clips in just 7.5 hours, beating my previous record of 8 from just days earlier. Sure, I'd only made it far enough to glitch on one of them, but that didn't matter. It felt like a sign that I was back on track, a sign that the end wasn't actually as far off as it seemed. Day 20 broke with an eerie calm. Nothing about that morning really felt different. The endless grind had transformed my routine into muscle memory. My face didn't even flinch when I hit curb hops. It didn't blink when the pole approached. But with each pole hit, I could feel the hours slipping away. Each one feeling heavier than the last. 7 hours into my session on February 1st, I had 74 pole hits with nothing to show for it. 7 hours of grinding, and it felt like I was going nowhere. But they say it only takes one run for everything to click into place. And at 475 hours and 51 minutes into the stream, this happened.
People. Yes. I make it. Oh my god, yes! That seems fast. I don't like myself. It's surely. Pounding on my chest right now. Fuck, what's the other dude? Nice. Holy shit. No, why'd every help? Please, 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 please. Oh, no, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Fuck. Okay, it's fine. Dude, I'm shaking right now. Yes, 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 yes! Yes! Holy oh my god.
I was finally, officially, the fastest in the world. Yes, the run had a pretty major flaw, but honestly, that didn't matter. As I ended stream for the first time in nearly a month, the truth started to sink in. The grind wasn't just about achieving a world record or a perfect run in a video game. It was about proving to myself that I could push beyond my limits, face impossible odds and overcome any challenge, whether in game or in life. The hours I had spent in front of the screen didn't just define my success, they defined me. And while the world record may have been the official marker for my journey, the real victory was learning how far I could push myself, both mentally and physically. The marathon might have ended, but the legacy of this journey would live on. Not just online in forums and videos, but in building a community, in the memories, in the highs and the lows of the grind, and in the way my streaming community has only grown stronger since. I'll let my own, fresh off world record self give you my final thoughts.
Look, if anyone is in any doubt that you can do anything, just know that this dumbass has got a world record. You can do whatever you want.
I've been Jacob, and this was my journey to a world record. Thank you for watching.